Ken Johnson signed the Sunday Spotlight on McKinney High head coach Wes Watson. Coach Watson, what are some of the things associated with being the head man of the original basketball program of McKinney ISD?
Well, it's an honor, and first and foremost, the biggest thing is it's the kids that we've been able to coach here. They come from great families. They're high-character kids that have worked really, really hard for us, and that's the first thing that makes it really, really special. The second thing, our campus culture amongst our coaching staffs here from the different sports is really, really strong. And I attribute that to Coach Smith. He's done a wonderful job in terms of our campus culture and the athletic program. And then I think Mr. R. Bobby, our building principal, has done a super job. He's got a great heart for kids, a great heart for our staff. Our faculty here is tremendous. It's just a really, really special place, and I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity to be in a leadership position here, with some great kids from some great families, and work with really, really good people. I've had great assistant coaches my entire time here, and that makes what I do a whole lot easier.
How does it feel to know that the McKinney High basketball program is held in high regard throughout the state?
Well, that's what's crazy about all this, because when we first got it started, I came here as an assistant in 2000, 2001, and really we were kind of starting at ground zero. We had some really good players here, one that had moved off, I think, down to Lake Travis. We had a kid that decided to play go straight baseball my first year here as an assistant, and we didn't have a big pool to choose from. And not only that, we were really, really small 5A school, which is the current 6A. And we were in some districts with some really, really good teams. Played some future NBA players in those districts. So early on, it was rough. We won 17 games my first 3 seasons here. Fortunately for me, I had an athletic director, Rusty Dowling, who understood, what we were up against, and he understood the process. And he was very patient. And we got through those first 3 years. That 4th year, we started to make a little bit of a turn. And in that 5th year, 2005, 2006, things started to really turn around for us. We won 27 games that year. We beat a really talented Woodrow Wilson team who had a future NBA lottery pick in the first round of the playoffs that year. Won 27 games, and then we kind of got it rolling from that point on. It had a pretty good run ever since. I think we've been in nine playoff trips since then, and we've run into the Dallas ISD roadblock in the second round of the playoffs several times. We lost to Lincoln one year, lost to Kimball, who wound up winning state in 2000, 2011. 2012, we lost to South Oak Cliff. And then in 2015, we were in the regional tournament, lost to the eventual state champion Lancaster. But I think playing those teams and competing really well against those teams, I think we certainly earned their respect, and then the respect of a lot of other teams around the area and around the state. So to think about where we came from and where we are today, it's a great feeling. I got to tell you, though, it took a lot of people for that to happen. Again, I go back to great kids, players that play really hard from great families, great assistant coaches, and then a really good support system here. So I've been very, very blessed.
What's been your most memorable team in the 18 years you've been here at McKinney High?
Okay, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble with some former players. The first team that probably comes to my mind would be the 2011 team. The year before, we only won 8 games. We kind of slipped back. Some things I wish we would have done different that year. My assistant at the time, Matt Saman, and I started immediately talking about what we wanted to do that next year. That team totally bought into everything we asked them to do. We made a 17-game improvement, won 25 games. We were not very big. We got beat by the eventual state champion Dallas Kimball in the second round of the playoffs. They were clearly the best team in the state, and I thought we competed with them as well as anyone. That team got about as much out of their ability as any team I've ever had, probably.
How big a deal will it be to make the playoffs this year for the 4th consecutive year in a row, and despite all the obstacles y'all have overcome in this difficult 6A district?
It would be huge getting in the playoffs this year with this team. This is an awesome group of kids. I love these guys, and I really want this for these guys. The cool thing about our program is we got guys from former players, from, like last year's team, for instance, we lost 3 really good players, graduated 3 really good players. Those kids still contact these kids, want to know how they do. They want them to be successful too. It's just a special group. They work really, really hard, and we really want this group to get in.
How's it feel when you're on the sideline and y'all ran in all these threes and everything's going crazy? Everybody, the energy in the gym, and everybody's feeding off of that, and y'all dominating on both ends of the court against teams that people are picking to beat y'all.
Yeah. It's pretty big, because a lot of times, your defense will follow your offense. You'd like it to be the other way around, but when those threes are falling, especially with what we do, and we don't have a big team. We don't have a team where we're going to go walk the ball down the floor and throw it inside, and we got to play fast, and we've got to be able to hit those shots. So we want to spread the floor, and when those shots are falling, it kind of opens up some driving lanes for us. It allows us to get to the basket a little bit more. Ultimately, allows us to get to the free throw line. And again, if we're hitting those shots, we're a little bit more eager to play defense. And ideally, our offense and our defense will start to feed off of each other, and we can get on one of those really good scoring runs because of it.